Welcome to episode 5 in our mini-series on why ERP matters. Today we're going to talk about the future-ready enterprise. Hello again, my name is Ralph Hess, a 35-year veteran of information technology transformations across multiple business and multiple technologies, having taken the journey all the way from client server and mini computers up to today's latest cloud technologies. In our previous episodes, we've talked about aligning vision to project roadmaps. We've talked about what cloud technologies can do. We've talked about data as an asset. Let's talk a little bit about now, once you've achieved all of those goals and objectives, driving the adoption you're looking for, you have a successful project, everybody's taken that deep breath and they have the dashboards that they're looking for and they have that single view of the business. What does the future hold for us? Well, if you've done it right, which is using cloud technologies, frankly, using SAP-based cloud technologies, you've already taken the first step. You've built agility into the core, meaning that you haven't really married yourself to any one particular process technology that can't be improved with continuous innovation. You want to innovate at the edge. Oftentimes we'll talk about adopting new technology, and some companies have the risk tolerance to be at the bleeding edge. Others just want to be at the leading edge, and others just want to be at the edge. And those are, trust me, my friends, 3 different places to be. I think as we all think about it today, we think about AI, that AI would be at that leading or bleeding edge. And so as we take a look at it, what's the next step for ERP? The next step for ERP is really to continue to operate in a reliable way, be able to consume new and innovative ways to improve your business process, be able to be nimble, to be able to launch different lines of businesses, different ways of doing business, and having the ability to just operate and continue to bloom and blossom over the next number of years. When we talk to executives today, it used to be that they were making a 3 to 5 year business decision with whatever ERP they were going with. Today they're saying, I want this to be the last ERP I ever have to do. We've talked about it before. Change is difficult. ERP projects are not a lot of fun. Hopefully I've given you some hints on how to make them fun, keep them a little bit more lively and light in our previous episodes. But achieving that ERP transformation is really going to be that foundation for you to be able to springboard into the future. And what that means is that then the executives don't have to make this decision again in 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. What you've put in place is a platform that can continuously evolve, improve, and innovate over the course of time with the business. So oftentimes, we're asked, how do you define a future-ready enterprise in today's business climate? I think I just answered that, right? You have your platform in place that can bloom and blossom and adapt with the business as it moves into the future. And so as we're often asked, because we are an SAP shop, how does SAP's cloud technologies provide that? Well, as you put the business suite in place, you have your application layer, which is being driven by your S4 HANA Cloud Public Edition. You have your data lake, which SAP's product is SAP Business Data Cloud. And then you have your AI level. Those are going to be the 3 key pillars upon which the business is going to be able to grow and blossom. So people will often say, talk to me about AI. Where do you think AI is? And, maybe some people aren't going to want to listen to this part. But from a practical and pragmatic perspective, I think it's in the hype cycle. I really do. I think that there are certain things that AI can help with today that are meaningful. You can use AI to automatically read documents and perhaps bring data into forms to help automate some of the processes that people are doing today. But I think we're still a step away from being able to really leverage an agentic world where you have agents doing some of that mundane work that people are looking to have AI do for their businesses. And people will say, well, Ralph, obviously you're not a leader or a thinker in this area. I really am. As I call myself pragmatic, I look at what is practically achievable today. What can the business benefit from today in order to be able to leverage technology for moving forward? And so as I look at today, you heard me talk about data as a strategic asset. Anything that we can be doing today to enhance and improve our data is only going to improve our outcomes that we're going to be able to achieve with AI when the technologies are more broadly available to what I'm going to call mid-market companies. Those companies that are 20 million, 50 million, 100, 200, 300 million. Not the large enterprise who already have huge teams that can be able to be working on this, but really more, available to the broader business public. So as we take a look at it, AI is going to change the world. I don't think it's changing it tomorrow. I think in 2 years, when I do a video, it'll be a very different conversation. We'll talk about how people have achieved their outcomes leveraging AI and then enabling people to add more value in many different ways to the business. And then if people were to ask me what one piece of advice would I give a CEO planning for the next decade, it all goes back to all the things that I've talked about, right? Have a business strategy, have that strategy be aligned with where the business is headed for the next 5 to 10 years, setting in place the outcomes you're looking for to achieve those, the strategy, getting a solution platform in place that can drive the processes and data that help you achieve that. So really it's thinking broadly about the platform, not about ERP but rather as an investment in the business and making that asset enable your business to be future ready. So again, in this episode, we've talked about a lot of things. I can go on for days about these types of things. But really, as we look at it, the future ready enterprise is going to be one that leverages cloud technologies, uses those cloud technologies to build a solid single view of the business that enables the business to be able to make quicker, faster, more agile decisions, that allows them to consume innovation in a way that helps the business grow, bloom, and blossom, and really one that doesn't become a core piece of your business. You don't want to have running your ERP and supporting your ERP be a large cost. You don't want to have a lot of business energy going into maintaining that. And so that's the promise of cloud technologies. Adopt cloud technologies, leverage them, and you will have a future-ready business. Hopefully you've enjoyed the time that we've shared in this mini-series. I've tried to bring some very practical advice of what I've seen in the industry, where I think the industry is headed based upon where it's been, how you can achieve success, how you can have successful projects. But really, let's make sure that we're paying attention to the key things. You need to have vision. You need to have people engaged. People are not going away. People make things succeed. You need to be empathetic to your workforce to help them adopt the new technologies and adopt the vision that you're looking for. And you need to be able to adopt world-class cloud-based technology, which we would recommend is from SAP. Looking forward to seeing you in the next mini-series. Things are moving fast in the industry. I'm sure we'll have more interesting things to share with you in the future.